So we talked, in the videos I've been doing lately, I've talked about having experts on. Each week, I'll be having an expert on speaking about things around wellness, weight loss, overall health, and family, right? It will be some trickling some business stuff too. But here's the thing, right? Um, you've seen the title of this video. We're talking about easy bedtime hacks, right? Getting you and your kids to bed without the fuss, right? Because how many times have you, as a mom, right, you've gone through your day, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm back from work. Now I got to help the kids with their homework. I've got to get dinner ready. And then now it's bedtime. Kids are going in the bath. And then I'm still fighting this 5-year-old to get to sleep. Or for me, it's this 13-year-old to get to sleep. Go to bed, go to bed. I'm not tired. I want to do this. Oh, I'm crying, whatever, right? And it's like, how do we get past this? Well, if you don't know me, we're gonna give you those tips on how to do this throughout this video. So stay tuned. So if you don't know me, I'm gonna quickly introduce myself. I'm Ileka Falette, mom of four. I lost 120 pounds in about a year's time, and that was 8 years ago. Since then, I've been sharing my journey on YouTube on wellness, healthy lifestyle, and just living your best life, and how to live healthy without the struggle, right? How to do it simply and make this a part of your lifestyle. So today, I have with me an amazing, amazing expert in the space of cellular fatigue, energy, all these things. And so I'm going to let her introduce herself. So Heather, this is Heather Creason. Hi, Heather. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Heather, and I'm an energy optimization specialist. And what I help people do is recover their energy and reclaim it so you can feel better, live the life you love, do the things you want to do, and enjoy it instead of always feeling strained and like you're pushing through or like you're dragging all this stuff behind you. Like to get your energy back so you can do all those things and just be in a flow.
Right. Get your energy back so you can actually play and have some fun. Go to girls' nights, dance the night away, right? I mean, I'm not going to dance the night away anymore, but well, sometimes I might. But you know what? It's funny because and Heather, also has two children, two young children actually, right? So this is not a new thing for you. What we're talking about today, these bedtime hacks, like how to create these simple routines, these simple things that can be done in our lives so that kids are put down to bed and you can sleep soundly and peacefully too. You know, I have a I have a friend who she used to oh my gosh, I felt so bad for her. She would have to get up in the middle of the night every night with her 4-year-old. I'm like, and so she had been doing that for 4 years. I'm like, you get up every single night? Yeah, because he's up screaming. Like, that's tough. So, Heather, can you give us like some tips for a mom like that who either she's struggling to get to bed, she's laying awake all night, or her kid is doing the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a 3.5-year-old and a 9-month-old, and it's so hard when you have because you don't know if you're really like if you are low on energy because something is wrong in your body, or if it's because your kids wake you up all the time. You're just you don't have a lot of energy to do other things. You're running on adrenaline and caffeine, and it's really hard. And you hear all these wellness people give you all these tips to do, and you're like, well, cook your dinner and do this and do that. And it's like, my schedule is full. I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I want something easy. So
Right.
being a working full time, I was at the end of the day and I'm exhausted.
Mhm.
And then I mean, obviously he's going to wake up at certain times of night when he's really little, but now he's old enough to sleep through the night and he wasn't. And it
Oof.
was he was waking up 3 or 4 times a night. So was I. And um, yeah, I just needed energy. I was at the end of my rope. So one of
Yeah.
the first things that I started doing, I noticed a couple other things about him. He was a little bit skinny. He wasn't putting on weight quickly. He wasn't peaceful. And when you have a little kid, you can't do all that detox stuff with them, and you don't even know
Right.
on formula. Um,
Right. Imagine trying to detox a baby. You're
Yep.
6 months old. Even a 4-year-old, it's gonna be hard to, like, detox,
Yeah,
right?
you
You
can't
gotta
do
do
it.
something.
So you
Yeah.
gotta things in their environment and around them that are creating um, chaos or creating interference that are blocking their healing process. Because when you're sleeping, that's when you heal and recover. So, with him, one of the things I realized is that our Wi-Fi was on all night. And if you look at Wi-Fi, at all those Bluetooth devices, even the electrical devices in our home, whether it's your stove, your fridge, a lot of those are connected to Bluetooth now, but that
Mhm,
sends out frequencies that interrupt our bodies. Like we have so many of them in our homes these days. Um,
mhm.
and that's one thing that's changed in the past couple of decades about healing. We have these very strong signals coming through, and we don't realize how much they affect us. And I know that we need Wi Fi, and your other people in your family might fuss, especially if you have teenagers. But
Right.
if you can even put your Wi-Fi on a timer at night and just have it turn off at 10 o'clock at night, turn back on at 6 or 7 in the morning. You don't have to think about it once you get it set up. And that's just going to let you sleep a lot more peacefully. It's going to let your body be able to do the work to heal, to detox, to recover that is built into your body already to be able to do. You don't have to do anything else. Just turn your Wi-Fi off and
Mm,
see what some people are very sensitive to those, signals, and especially little kids.
yeah.
You might notice some ADHD. There could be some sensitivities to sound, to light, to touch, different, I don't know if you've ever heard of the misophonia, but people get very, irritated through hearing
Mhm.
certain um,
Yeah.
all of that. There's a whole lot more that can lead into it.
So
Even rapid aging can be affected by Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so
even
slow
what was the word? It broke up for whatever reason. What was affected by it? You said
um,
even.
slow it could be slow healing and recovery
Oh,
or,
wow.
rapid aging, and that's what those EMF signals, the more we have them around us, can do, but
Mhm.
the very easy thing you can do is turn your Wi-Fi off at night. You can have it on the rest of the day, but
Right. So what I'm hearing then is that someone who is walking around their, they may feel agitated or a little antsy for whatever reason, trying to figure out why. These EMF signals could be potentially causing some of that, like agitation, irritation, or that feeling of weirdness. I don't know how to better describe it, but
only factor, but it could be an aggravating factor that's not letting your body heal and recover properly, and your nervous
Mhm.
system gets all wired and you get stressed out and you don't even realize that's one of the things that could be affecting it.
Yeah. So something like, something that would have healed a lot quicker previously, now it's taking a little longer because we've got these EMF signals always. So maybe like I don't know, a sprained ankle, or even just like the nightly healing that our bodies do. Like we talk a lot on this channel about like autophagy and the cellular healing overnight and things like that. So, so now with the Wi-Fi, it could even be affecting the things that autophagy would normally be doing, right? And that is game changing. So just something as simple. Oh, what'd you say?
Kids are so sensitive to this stuff. That's one of the reasons they get so wired. They're just with that all
Mhm.
the time, get a break
Yep.
from it. The kids are little. And once I started unplugging the Wi-Fi for my little guy, he's done great and he sleeps through the night most of the time now.
Oh, wow. And it was that big of a change. And that's the thing. It's like something so small, right? It's something that we've grown accustomed to believing that we just need happening all the time. Turning it off, boom. And now a major change in the kids sleeping, right? His ability to go to
Mhm.
sleep easier. I love that. So what is another tip that a mom could do to get these kids to sleep and also get themselves to sleep more restfully?
One of my favorite things, this is another one of my favorite things, starting to turn the lights down a couple hours before bedtime. This I could go on and on about the angle of light and the where it's coming from, but if you look how the sun comes up, it's very gentle and it rises above the horizon. Finally, it gets midday and the light is overhead, and then as you're going to bed, the sun sets and goes down. Well, if you
Yeah.
can replicate that in your home with the light. So if you start the morning with lamps that are a little more eye level. So the light is hitting your eyes at an angle like the sun would rise. And then in the midday, you have your overhead lighting on. And then as it gets to evening, again, that more eye level lighting that's not so bright and overhead. Um, just changing that throughout the day and then dimming the lights. I know a lot of homes now have the fluorescent or those real bright white LED bulbs. You
Mhm.
can um, an amber or a red color light bulb. The red ones, those are better in your bedroom at night, but the amber ones are nice to work to and
Mhm.
close the evening with. And I just put those in little lamps around my house, and it really makes a difference in how it's stimulating your eyes because as it gets darker, as we get ready for bed, that's when the pineal gland starts producing melatonin to help us sleep. And when our eyes and therefore everything in there is exposed to light, it wakes us up and it decreases the production of melatonin. And so you always hear about getting not looking at your cell phone, not looking at the TV, but that's why, because that exposure to light is waking us up again. So if you can just start turning down lights before bedtime, a couple hours before.
Mhm. That is wild. I've never heard that before. And I've been in this wellness space for quite some time now, right? I've never heard anything like that. Like we've all heard about the cell phones, right? But the way you described it, talking about, the part of the eye that, as the lights get dimmer like, as nighttime comes, things are starting to get dimmer, and that's what's creating some melatonin. People are taking melatonin every day to try and go to sleep. I know someone who lives on a bottle of melatonin, right? Like she's always got melatonin to try and go to sleep. And our body, we all know that our body produces it naturally, but so many people are struggling for the body to produce it. And these bright lights sounds like it's a big reason for that. It's a big part of that.
We don't know it. And once you get in the habit of turning the lights down, I'll promise you, you'll feel it in your nervous system. So
Wow.
now, when I'm getting my kids ready for bed, I start turning those lights down. And if somebody turns on a bright overhead light, it drives me nuts. I might be a little far the other way now, but
Yeah,
it's
but
I've really
it's like,
seen
yeah.
how quick my kids are able to go to bed, and even in their behavior,
Hmm.
um, it just calms them down. They don't even know it. Nobody
Yeah.
knows what they just think mom or dad is weird because they're
Hmm.
turning. But
Hmm. And that
it
makes so much. Now the kid is more calm because the lights are going down. It's not like they're off, but they're going down, they're dimming. And it's like something about that is calming. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm finding myself falling asleep, you know?
right, and again, that melatonin production comes in, and so it starts getting you ready to go to sleep, so that once your head hits the pillow, you're falling asleep a whole lot easier and in a natural way without a lot of supplements. And for little kids, you don't really, I mean, as few supplements as possible. I know plenty of
Right.
people who've given kids melatonin, but
Oh, I've
you
seen that
want
too.
that at such a young age because you want their sleep cycles to be natural and innate.
You want them to be able to be producing their own melatonin versus constantly having to take it because their body's so stimulated and they're not being. Hmm?
It's the sleep hormone, but it's a really potent anti-inflammatory in our mitochondria, and so we need melatonin for a lot of other things than just sleep.
Mhm. Yep, exactly. Wow, that is really good information because it's something that a lot of folks don't. I didn't know it. I didn't know that that part of our within our eye. What is it called again? Because the part in the eye that produces melatonin.
Oh no, the pineal gland is what produces melatonin. That's in your brain.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Okay. So
But
yeah.
adjust to the light, and so when your eyes see light, that translates up to the pineal gland, and
Mhm.
then that will increase or reduce the production of melatonin.
Okay, so the light connected to the pineal gland is what's really doing it, and the eye is capturing that light. So if the eye is getting more dimmer lights, makes me want to turn down the lights in here. But as the eyes are getting dimmer lights, basically it's gonna allow the pineal gland to produce the melatonin, so that
Mhm.
body will start to calm and want to go to sleep as soon as it hits that pillow. Now, folks who are watching right now, right? We're sharing these tips. Imagine if you did this for your children or for yourself. Like there's so many people right now who are literally every night they're up till 2 and 3 a.m. They got in the bed at 11. but they're still they're still up at 2 because of things like this. So yeah, this is such a good tip. Heather, how do people reach out to you to continue to gain, information on this so that they can gain the knowledge and continue to do this, or really even understanding within themselves, what is it? Because these are great tips to almost help to level set. Like once you have turned off your Wi-Fi and started to dim the lights, now okay, I'm feeling a little better, right? I'm getting to sleep a little better. But then if there's still something going on, I'm still not quite all the way there. How do they know what their situation is to move forward? Is there like something that you have, or they can connect with you in some way?
Yeah, I have a little quiz people can take. One of the things I help people deal with is called cellular fatigue. And I know people have heard of chronic fatigue and all this, but when I look at where so much of the fatigue comes from, it's from the cells. And so I have a little quiz on my website. There's a link below this video where you can access that, and it'll give you a way to contact me. And
Mhm.
I just reach out, book a call, and I'd love to chat with you.
Yeah, definitely. Because I
I can help
important.
them what they're going through and go from
Exactly.
there.
Yeah, because my thoughts are, if my kid is struggling to sleep, right, and every night we're going through this, and we're doing the Wi-Fi thing, and we're doing the dimming the lights thing, and things have gotten a little better. But if they're struggling, I'm probably struggling a little bit too. There's probably something happening with me or with the rest other parts of people in my family. So taking that cellular fatigue quiz is really going to help in understanding overall what is the thing that's make me not quite feel like myself, or feel a little weird, or struggling to sleep at night. Like what is that thing? And understanding where you are in the category around cellular fatigue is hugely helpful, because yeah, like you said, everyone's heard of chronic fatigue, but most don't connect that to the cells and really where that lies, because that's the root cause, right? You're getting to the root cause of what the real issue is. And because we can always try and fix these little symptoms, but that's what folks are doing every day of the week. They're fixing the little symptoms. And the more we fix the symptoms, the more symptoms are going to come, right? Fix this symptom up. Here's another one. Well, you know what? If we can get to the root cause, then we can continue to dig in and understand exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and even if you look at your family members, if people have all sorts of different symptoms, it still could be coming from the same or a similar root cause. You never know until you start exploring it. But one kid might have ADHD, another one might have skin issues, a spouse might have trouble with brain fog or focusing or concentrating. But all of that can be the same root cause. And that's why I love this stuff. I love dealing with families because that's one of the things that's most important to me. But
Mhm.
you start fixing this stuff in yourself, you start fixing these things in your home, and it goes to everybody.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. I love this. All right. Well,
It's a little bit different.
yep, exactly. Wait, what was that again? I didn't hear that last part. What'd you say?
You never know what's going to clear up, what's going to heal, because everybody's a little bit different. And though you might have all these different symptoms that a doctor would treat, it could be simple things inside your home to start changing that and really making a positive difference.
Yes, exactly. So for everyone who's watching now, I would say go to the description of this video and take that cellular fatigue quiz. This is Heather Creason. Remember, I mentioned that I would be having experts on here every week. Heather is one of our experts. She's a energy optimizer, right? Like she helps you really get to the root cause of things that are taking away the energy, so you can have more energy, feel better, and really live your best and healthiest life. So we wanted to talk about like kids and getting down to sleep, right? Because we've all gone through that, and some are still going through that with their 10-year-old and 11-year-old and 13-year-old. So these tips that we share today will really help get there. But if you're a mom or a dad and you're like, okay, these tips are going to help my kids, and I know that I need something too, take that cellular fatigue quiz, because we're really passionate about helping the entire family, and this quiz will help you really get there. Do you have, what's the link, just verbally, what's the link? I know they can go to description, but I'd love for them to hear it too.
It would be
Mhm.
defyyourlimits.com/resources. And it's the take the cellular fatigue assessment right at the top.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. So go ahead, go right to defy your Go ahead to defyyourlimits.com backslash resources and get that cellular fatigue quiz and get to really assess where you are on your own cellular fatigue, because that's going to help you and your family. All right. So hope your kids get a good night's sleep tonight. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, and also we'll be having some other experts on over the next few weeks. All right. So we'll talk to you all soon. Thank you all. Thank you so much, Heather. This is amazing. All right. Talk
Bye.
to you all. Take care, everyone.